Hey guys, so far this week there hasn't been footage. So yesterday on Monday I ended up not editing. I didn't get around to doing the editing that needed doing for the weekly vlog that has now been uploaded for weekly vlog 17? Pretty sure it's 17, yeah, I think it's 17. And then today, on Tuesday, there was multiple reasons I didn't vlog. So, first of all, I'm just going to put your hair on because I need to find a nail polish. First of all, Ebony started nursery, like properly started. She had her first full day at nursery, and she hasn't done so far. She's had trial days, like I've said, she's had like hours trials, and she hasn't done a full day so far, but now she's officially done it. She's had the first full day and she loved it. They said that it was literally like she had been there for months. She got on with everyone, she was really well behaved. So the time I send her in the afternoon, excuse me a second. Oh, there we go. Because that's, I'll carry on now, because that's just better for me. So she goes in the afternoon and she has her lunch there, she has a nap there, she has a snack there, she has tea there, and then we pick her up about 5:30. So it's a much earlier tea than she would have at home, but that is how they do it, and it's a routine still for her. So they've got like, there's if anyone who watches my vlogs, if your child goes to nursery and they track what they do with eating, sleeping and nappy change with an app. I have got that app, it's called Parent Zone. Obviously I won't tell you what nursery she's in or anything, and for obvious safety reasons, because even from a lot of people that I know, I keep that to myself. Just that, because that's the way I do it. Yeah, she was really good. She loved everything. She enjoyed the day. I am trying to find what it says. But after that, like, we dropped her off. And then sorry, I was just checking. And then I went to Jade, who does my nails, and she took my acrylic nails off because I've had them on for about 3 and a bit weeks, so I wanted to get them off now. After having them infilled the other week, I just didn't want them on too long. Then my mum had her nails done. I watched her little boy for kept an eye on him and played with him, which is always fun. He's younger than Ebony. He's only about 8-9 months, and he's just the cutest little thing, and I miss that age. So it's just nice to be able to look after a child of that young age where they still behave a lot more. And then we came back. I tried to have a rest, but I didn't have long. Then we went to get Ebony from nursery, and then we came back. Ebony had snacks. It's my mum's birthday, so we opened birthday presents with my mum and did cards and things. And then I bathed her, and she's now in bed and she's exhausted. Safe to say she's exhausted, but she got on with everyone, so it's brilliant. And I was shocked. So obviously they log the meals, and as you probably know, she doesn't eat much for me. I mean, that's expected, I know, because I'm mum, she's at home, it's kind of how children seem to go. But they have put down what she had when. So lunch she had most. Her afternoon snacks she had all of. She had all the tea, and both of the puddings she had all of. So for lunch she had sausage, potatoes and veg, which she's okay with. She's not hugely bothered with, but she had most of that. She had banana as a pudding, which she had all of that, but she seems to be getting back into eating bananas again, which I'm so thankful for. For her afternoon snack she had vegetable sticks and ate all of it. I can't get her to eat anything like that. Like, I honestly don't know how they did it. For tea, this is where I was even more gobsmacked. She had chicken enchilada. She wouldn't have anything like chicken here, and she's gone and had it at nursery. It's kind of amazing, I think, to be honest. And then for pudding she had melon, which doesn't surprise me. And she does like watermelon if I have it. But yeah, I've had a really good day from knowing that she was so happy there and she's going to fit in perfectly. And they log when they do nap changes, so I know she's been changed regularly and she's happy and healthy and I absolutely loved it. She drank most of the juice while she was there, so I know she's had a juice regularly. It's just all really good. So that's a really good thing. I'm now going to paint my nails. I'm breaking out the Berry Reds, doing the matte nail paint by Barry M in Crush. And it's one of my favourite ones and I love the matte ones. And I'm also just watching some Holly Cement there. I've got to sort out like little wires and the wires over there. Ebony tipped all my makeup brushes out and ripped into my makeup. And then, yeah, just do little bits and bobs like that. And then I can go to bed. And I can't wait to go to bed. Right, so I look a bit of a mess right now. My hair's still wet from having a shower before because I didn't get time last night, which is bloody typical. Today's Thursday. Basically, what I need to do today is get me and Ebby washed and dressed, which I've already done. Give Ebby breakfast, which I've done. She only wanted grapes, what a surprise. And then I've got to bake, which I am doing now. I'll go into that more in a second. Then I've got to get Ebby lunch, put her down for a sleep after cleaning her up. Then I've got to make some stuff for tea, make the icing, and then I've got to make sure I'm sorted for when Ebby gets up from a nap to go to a play date for her, and then after that I've got to try and get to my grandma's to get a piping nozzle, then come back home, give Ebby a tea, get my tea, get her bathed, into her pyjamas, milk, bed, all the bedtime routine. Then after that I've got to do the jobs that I do when she goes to bed, like sterilising, tidying everything, and do the decorating of the cakes, and then somehow fit around anything else that needs doing that. So it's a really busy day and I've not had a busy day in a long time, so it's kind of fun because I've got kind of like a challenge to get it all done. But I'm now going to do a time lapse while I bake because otherwise I'm not going to get baking done and there's not going to be much content. So I'll put you guys here and you can have fun watching me try to multitask and bake as best I hopefully can.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
So I make these videos to be, oh, God, I make these videos to show you a part of my life. You only see what, like 5%, 10% of my week, which isn't a lot, but the rest of it is either very kind of mundane things, or I just don't film, or I can't film, or I choose not to film, as I have control over these vlogs because it's my channel and my videos, as do anyone else who makes YouTube videos. And I like to be real in them, like really realistic and just me. I wouldn't want to change who I am for a video, unless I'd never see it as something I would do unless I did things like skits. I want to change myself because that is who I am. I'd rather let life change me and life lessons change me instead of the internet, really. And I've been thinking loads lately about like the internet as a whole, changing as a whole, like life altogether, a lot. Some days it's been really anxious and it's kept me up and it's worried me and stressed me out because I'm not in a great position at the minute. It's difficult. People who aren't in my position are seeing it easier than I am seeing it. Like worries with, at the moment, not managing working. People just like people who do not understand are just like, well, you can just get a high paid job and pay childcare out of that, when it's really not that simple. Or housing, people are just like, well, you can move out and just be careful, and it's not always that simple. And it's not always what I want to do, which I don't think everyone understands. You got to be ready, I think. In some things you can't be ready, some things you're thrown full on face first into, like I was with parenting. But not everything has to be that way. Some things do, sometimes it does, but not always. And it's made me think about it more today because I watched the Shaytards vlog Change, about them doing daily vlogs for 5 months and then coming off the internet for a year. I'm not at a point where I would want to do something like that personally. I did have a few months break back when I was getting myself back to a place where I was happy, but it just makes you think sometimes, like, I hate how much you say like, when I started these, well, not these vlogs, or even these vlogs, but videos altogether, I was a completely different person. I had no idea where my life was going. I didn't know what would happen. And it's crazy how much has changed, even from starting weekly vlogging, as a parent, as a person, as a woman. Like, I've gone from being a young girl, very cautious, not even cautious, very naive, really, for the start of all these videos, to who I am now. And a lot of people have told me that recently. A lot of people have said to me in the past few months that I've matured. Some have said I have changed. And I hate how change, as a word and as a thing, is perceived. It's always perceived as bad. And that is just not true. I don't see it as a bad thing. I mean, sometimes, yeah, it can be bad. Some people can change into people who are incredibly nasty or don't think about other people before they act, which sometimes you don't. That's humans, as a whole, that's what we do as humans sometimes. It's just one of those things. But I'm happy with how I've changed in the last few months. Like, there's been multiple things that have changed me. Parenting has changed me. Ebony has changed. Storm. So, I have changed with that, and there's just a lot that has opened up my eyes to how things go, I guess, in life. I don't know, I'm in one of those places today where I have a lot to say and think about, but I can't get the words out, and it's kind of frustrating, but it's kind of peaceful at the same time, because I'm still thinking about it and still going through it in my head, but it's like the thought process is being sieved through a little slower. That's why I'm totally rambling in this, and it's probably a bit of a pain for some people. But it's scary how when I started these, I didn't think that I would be a parent, and I'm at a kind of crossroads in my life right now where I'm just stood and I have no idea at all what to do, whether to carry on the same path. I think I've got a toddler coming through. She's just watching Dory. Well, actually finding Nemo, but she calls it Dory. Anyway, off track. Or to go in a different direction. And it's kind of scary. I've made a couple of changes anyway recently to life, and just little things, little changes here and there for day to day, and it's really strange. Thinking, yes baby, thinking that I could either stay in the same place that I am, or go somewhere new, or do something new, or be someone new. And what's crazy is, like, where am I going to be in, say, like 1, 2, 3, 5 years time? Will I have found someone to settle down with that I would be happy with spending my life with? Who will Ebony be as a person? Like, that always intrigues me. Who's she going to be as a person? Like, is she going to be who I hope she will be? And who am I going to be, more importantly? Am I still going to be doing my best? Will I be exceeding that? Will I be planning weddings, future, baby? Or will it just be me and Ebony? And both ideas scare me. Like Ebony, sorry if you can hear that, a mixture of good scared and bad scared, but I kind of hit that age. I'm ahead for my age with maturity, with being a parent, and I'm just very different to what people would take as the typical teenager. I still get stroppy with my parents sometimes. I think that's kind of how it goes as a teenager, and I still have arguments with people. Although I try to avoid them, I still have arguments, and I still have selfish thoughts, which I do discourage from. Ebony, what have you just done? Fine, you're not broken it, it's fine, I changed it. But I am ahead of what I usually would be, like seen as I'm ahead of where people think I should be as a teenager with thought process and everything. Ebony, no. Ebony, no. No, darling, no. Can we not play with that? Can we go and watch Dory? You gonna go watch Dory? Oh. And I think that's why I've hit this stage a bit sooner, because people tend to do this. Well, the people do it at any ages. It can be end of like the teens, as I am right now. And some people don't hit this point till they're like 40, 50. But I have kind of hit it now. Well, this is the first time I've really hit it properly. Like, I don't know where I'm going in life. I don't know what I'm doing. And it's really frustrating not knowing. I really want to know what I'm going to be doing, where I'm going to be going, who's going to be in my life as well. Like last year, a year and a bit ago, when my grandma died, a few days before that, I'd have had no idea that she wouldn't be in my life this year. I wouldn't have known. I'd have had no idea. And it is crazy. It is really crazy how quickly things can change and dramatically affect you. And I don't know, I just wanted to kind of voice it, because that's what has been playing around my head on and off for a few days, if not a bit longer. And I'd like to hope that even in the next year or two that I might possibly settle down with someone who is good for me, I'm good for them, and in turn both be good for Ebony, because she's always going to be a part of me. She is she's like an extra limb to me, so that's where I think I'd like to be. But I'm gonna have to wait and see, and see what happens over the next few years. Or am I going to end up being in the same position? Who knows? I don't know. We'll find out in time, and it'll be an interesting journey. But if you're having, like, if you've had or even not had thoughts like this before revolving around your head, just know that, I don't know, my advice would probably be to just embrace it. And you can change your path, but you can't really change the destination of your path. Because I think that it's always going to end up a certain way in life. But hopefully it'll be as good as the last few months have been. The last like 4-5 months have been really good for me and Ebony, and I've absolutely loved them. After I finally got out of like terrible situations, I'm really happy, and I hope other people can be too. It is always worth being as happy as you can be and being positive. Especially with Ebony's second birthday coming up, I want her to be as happy as she can be, and to not have to worry about too much at this point. Anyway, sorry that I've rambled a bit in this, and sorry that Ebony has been behind the camera, in front of camera, making lots of noise, but I'm afraid that is the life of parenting. And that's all I wanted to say. I'll put this into the weekly vlog and carry on from there. And I did do the baking. The cakes have now gone off to the coffee morning, although it's not morning, it's an afternoon one, at a gym my mother works at. And yeah, I hope that they enjoy them, because they smell really good. And Mum said they smell really good, so I'm hoping that they work out nicely. And I can't wait to just get into bed tonight. It's not been an incredibly productive day like yesterday was, but it's one of those days where you just want to cuddle up in bed and be a bit lazy, which I haven't been, but it'll be nice to get into bed and then to take Ebony out into, well, I don't know where we're going, but just to take Ebony out tomorrow. When she wakes up, let her know that in the afternoon she'll be going somewhere, and just to spend some time with her. Right, I'm going to shut up now, and I don't know what the next clip will be, so be prepared for anything. So I haven't filmed this in a while. I do still get Grace boxes. I've skipped a couple of them recently, just for money reasons and for the fact that, I don't know, I just chose to skip a couple, but I have got one today. It's the 1st of October. It's also a Saturday. And this, I've not seen inside this yet, so I don't know what I've got. This is what we have. Oh right, got some nice ones. So we have the British barbecue, which is basil baguettes, rosemary crostini, smoked almonds and seeds, jam dunk, which is apple slices with raspberry Kool-Aid, lemon drizzle flapjack. I've not tried this yet, so I'm looking forward to that. That's rustic rolled oat flapjack and lemon curd and yogurt drizzle. The billionaire shortbread. I'm not sure if I've had this before. I think we could have. Belgian milk chocolate, almonds, cranberries and fudge. I'm not keen on cranberries, but Evie also might like that one, so I might let her try that one. Today I am about to go and get dressed and get Ebony sorted. She's just having some toast. I think we're going to take the bread that we have to the ducks, and then in the afternoon we're going to take her out to her favourite little place, Rita's, and go to a charity event thing for family friends. So we have a bit of a day planned. Don't know how eventful or not eventful it'll be, but it should be a good little day anyway, and hopefully it will get filmed. I'm going to make sure I remember my camera this time. Should we get you in your trike, Missy Moo, and go feed the ducks? The ducks. Managed to as well. For the first time to get her hair into a ponytail, there's little wispy bits, but that's why I've got a headband in. It's the cutest thing ever. So I'm going to end my vlog now. I didn't finish or do that montage like I said. As the evening got on, Abby got ratty and just wasn't feeling so good and was sick a couple of times. And then last night, which was Sunday night, we had a bit of a nightmare night. And I ended up giving her medicine. And again, she wasn't very well. She had multiple things, to be fair. She had a bit of a sore tummy she complained of. She was saying her head was hurting. Said she had a runny nose and she also had a cough. Well, she did have a runny nose, could see that. So I had a bit of a rubbish weekend in the end. Well, it wasn't rubbish, just a bit of a challenging one. But I know this vlog has a reasonable amount of content anyway, so it's not too bad. But yes, I'm going to end this vlog. This week I've got a few little bits happening, which I don't know if it's exciting or not, but there's a few bits happening. And I will see you all next week when you watch the next vlog. Bye guys.